Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is Monday, December 5th, 2022, and we're about to do an in-depth planetary puja using the chart of now based on my current location, which is in New Mexico in the United States. Thank you for joining us. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and priestess and an AstroVed astrologer, and I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on this channel. Dr. Pillai has explained that the planets and stars are much more than just objects in outer space. There's also a divine light being associated with all of them. And in doing this puja, we are inviting the divine blessings of those light beings to come into our lives and also into our world. We're using the chart of now based on my current location. This is showing the chart in the layout of the South Indian style layout. Each of these little 12 boxes that you see represents a particular zodiac sign. In doing the puja, we're going to be honoring the stars, the planets, the stars they're in, the archetypes that rule those stars, planets that rule the zodiac signs. And we will start with using some of the items of the puja. To do the puja, I have drawn this chart in chalk on a little blackboard, excuse me, that's on a side table. I was supposed to pick up throat lozenges at the market yesterday, and I walked around knowing I was forgetting something, and that's what I forgot to get. So I apologize. I will try to get that handled before tomorrow so that my throat is not so froggy for you. Again, I have the chart drawn in chalk on the chalkboard. I also have a bowl of fresh flower petals, a hand fan, a bell, a container of water, and a lit tea light. And I'll use all of those as we do the puja. I'll start with using the water. I dip my ring finger at the right hand in the water several times, and I'm putting drops of water on each side of the blackboard chart to purify the space of the puja, putting a few drops of water on top of my head to purify me, and sending a few drops of water out into space towards all of you, so that whether you're watching it live or later on a replay, we're all participating with a sense of being in sacred space and being purified for the puja. Now I'm going to invoke Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles. It's normal to invoke him at the beginning of everything that we do, including the rituals. Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja, and we ask him to remove all obstacles from the day or the evening of everyone here. Now I'm going to do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. Asura Nala Nala, Ave Nala Nala, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave, Asura Nala Nala, Ave Nala Nala, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave, Asura Nala Nala, Ave Nala Nala, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank Saint Gnanasamunda for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, I'm going to honor the various time elements that are active right now in my local area. We start with honoring the planet that rules the day, which is Monday. This is ruled by the moon. I'm going to put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Dr. Pillai also associates Rahu with Monday, so I'm going to honor Rahu as well. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the star that the moon is in. At the moment, the moon is in a star called Barney, a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti or power. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Barniye Namaha. Om Barniye Namaha. Om Barniye Namaha. Now we honor the Tithi or the moon phase that the moon is in. Right now in my area, it's 13th waxing moon, called Triyodasi in Sanskrit. Dr. Pillai said for this, we would use the Sanskrit name of the moon phase, followed by the word Devi, invoking the light being associated with that moon phase. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Triyodasi Devye Namaha. Om Triyodasi Devye Namaha. Om Triyodasi Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that's ruling the hour. In my local area, that's Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we invoke the yoga and the karana time elements. Dr. Pillai said for these elements, we would not use flower petals. We would just say their names 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called Pariga, 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 Pariga. And the karana that's active right now is one called Taitula, 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 Taitula. Now we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. Dr. Pillai said we would start the puja looking at whatever sign is the ascendant sign or the one coming up on the eastern horizon in the local area. In my local area, this is the AC saying ascendant, and it's in the sign of Sagittarius. He said we would start by honoring the planet that rules the ascendant sign as a gesture for the importance of that planet at the moment. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now, starting in the ascendant sign of Sagittarius, we'll go around the chart in a clockwise direction, honoring the different planets as we find them in different signs. Today in Sagittarius, we have Venus and we also have Mercury. They're both in the same star. So I'm going to honor both of the planets before I invoke the star. I start with honoring Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Next, I honor Mercury for being in Sagittarius. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Both Venus and Mercury are in a star called Mula. This is a star symbolized as tied up roots. This is a star that has a lot of energy for supporting, getting to the bottom of things or understanding the foundation of things or helping things get on a good foundation. We honor Mula's star, and I put the flower petals across Venus and Mercury. Om Mulaye Namaha. Om Mulaye Namaha. Om Mulaye Namaha. Mula star is ruled by a goddess called Niriti. She's said to be a smoky goddess, and she's a goddess of transformation and change. Om Niritye Namaha. Om Niritye Namaha. Om Niritye Namaha. Mula star is ruled by Ketu. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Danas or Sagittarius, the most idealistic and noble-minded of all the zodiac signs, today containing Venus, planet of happiness, diplomacy, enjoyment of material plane comforts and the arts, and Mercury, planet of communication, business, and the planet that helps with our sense of humor. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, going in a clockwise direction around the chart, the next Rasi or sign that has a planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto and also Saturn. We start with honoring Pluto. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttara Ashada, a star that can give long-lasting blessings for success. Om Uttarshadaye Namaha. Om Uttarshadaye Namaha. Om Uttarshadaye Namaha. Uttarshada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor Saturn for being in Capricorn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Dhanishta, a star symbolized as a drum. This is a star that can give blessings for prosperity, music, and good reputation. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Danishtaye Namaha. Om Danishtaye Namaha. Om Danishtaye Namaha. Danishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. We ask for blessings from all 8 of them, and I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Danishta star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalayha Namaha. Om Mangalayha Namaha. Om Mangalayha Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on him. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, a planet that helps with rationality and science, and Saturn, a planet that helps with patience, perseverance, structure, and compassion. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains Neptune. And today he's direct. He's no longer retrograde. He went direct over the weekend. We honor Neptune, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purvabhadrapada, a star that can help with purification. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can help us experience deeper levels of stillness and forgiveness. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian and service-oriented of all the zodiac signs, today containing Neptune, a planet that helps with our intuition and our ability to understand our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Jupiter. We honor Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in a star called Uttara Bhadrapada, a star that can help with business development. We ask this star to help all of us with business development. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada star is ruled by Ayurbundya, an archetype who can help guard treasures and valuables. We ask him to guard our treasures and valuables, including our treasure that is the earth itself. Om Ayurbundyaye Namaha. Om Ayurbundyaye Namaha. Om Ayurbundyaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada star is ruled by Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena or Pisces, the most transcendental and metaphysical of all the zodiac signs, today containing Jupiter, a planet that can help with everything related to spirituality, and also can help with wealth, and also anything related to banking or legal matters. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi sign with a planet in it is Misha or Aries, which today contains Rahu, the moon, and Uranus. Rahu is always moving retrograde. Uranus is moving retrograde at the moment, and the moon is actually in the middle of these two today. Very interesting combination. All three of them are in the same star today, so I will honor all three of them before I invoke the star. I start with Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor Uranus, who is retrograde. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Rahu, the moon, and Uranus are all in a star called Bharani, a star symbolized as the yoni, the female private parts. This is a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti, or energy, or power. I put the flower petals across Rahu, the moon, and Uranus. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Bharani's star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. We ask him to help us be just with others and to bring justice into our world. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani's star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha or Aries, a fire sign with very active energies, today containing Rahu, a planet that can help us to think outside the box. The moon, which is our mind and our emotions, and also our receptivity to light. And Uranus, a planet that can help with success in life, higher intelligence, and can also help us with astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Vrishabha or Taurus, which today contains Mars, who is retrograde. Over the weekend, Mars has moved into the star of Rohini, a star of beauty. First, we honor Mars for being in Taurus. I put the flower petals on him. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in Rohini, a star of beauty. Dr. Pillai has said beauty is an important quality for us to cultivate in all areas of our life, including having beautiful thoughts. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Rohiniye Namaha. Om Rohiniye Namaha. Om Rohiniye Namaha. Rohini star is ruled by Brahma, an archetype of creativity and creation. We honor Brahma, and I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Rohini star is ruled by the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, an earth sign with very grounded energies and also a great love of luxury comforts. Today containing Mars, a planet that likes to take practical action to solve problems that can be solved. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign that has a planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu. We honor Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Swati, a star that Dr. Pillai says can give divine blessings. We honor Swati, and I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Vayu, the archetype who rules the wind and the air element, an element so important for us because we need it to breathe. Vayu is also the father of Hanuman, the archetype who rules Saturn. We honor Vayu, and I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now We honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign with energies for balance, fairness, harmony, today containing Ketu, sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Vrishika or Scorpio, which today contains the sun. The sun has also moved into a new star from where it was last Friday. We start right now with honoring the sun, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. The sun is now in a star called Jayesta, a huge star. If we put Jayesta in our solar system where the sun is, Jayesta would go out past the sun, past Mercury, past Venus, past the Earth, past Mars, and halfway out to Jupiter. It's a truly huge star. And the sun is in this star today. The sun is our soul. We honor Jayesta, and I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Jayestaye Namaha. Om Jayestaye Namaha. Om Jayestaye Namaha. Dr. Pillai says Jayesta star can give us blessings for courage and conflict resolution. Jayesta star is ruled by Indra, an archetype who can give blessings for courage and leadership. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Indraye Namaha. Om Indraye Namaha. Om Indraye Namaha. Jayesta star is ruled by Mercury. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Scorpio, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishika or Scorpio, the most occult of all of the zodiac signs, today containing the sun, which is our soul, and also a planet so important for our health and also our self-esteem and our ability to be cheerful. We have an expression in English, someone has a sunny disposition. So while the sun is in this huge star, it may be good for us to look at how cheerful can we be today? How sunny can we be towards others? We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now I take a lit tea light and I hold it above the blackboard that has the chart drawn in chalk and has the many piles of flower petals on it. And in the air, I circle it above the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Now I take a hand fan and I offer the element of air, waving it around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering air and a cooling breeze. Now I take a bell to offer the element of sound. Now I make prayer hands and make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them for their positive blessings to flow into our lives and the lives of our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. I offer you my life, O eternity, such as it is, and I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for a minute, and then we can do a short Q&A period. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you so much for joining us. We truly appreciate your participation and your support. Right now, if anyone has questions, you're welcome to post them in the chat, and I'll do my best to try to answer them. So we did have quite a bit of movement over the weekend that created some changes in the daily puja for us. Plus, some planets moved into different stars. Neptune went direct. So a bit of change from where we were on Friday. Okay, checking the chat, I'm seeing people expressing greetings to each other. Alice is saying thank you. And I'm not seeing any questions today, which is okay. We don't have to have questions every day, but I always want to give the opportunity for someone to ask a question if you have it. Or welcome to share an observation if you have an observation as well. It could also just be sharing of something. However, I want to be respectful towards your time. Barbara is saying, how do the planets and the Deepam tomorrow relate to each other? Very significant. Deepam is going to be when we move into a full moon, and the moon will be in the star called Kritika. Right now, the moon is in Bharani star. When he moves the next star over, it's going to be Kritika star. In my area today, it's 13th waxing moon. It's going to change to 14th waxing moon. the full moon is the 15th waxing moon. So I believe India is ahead of us. It'll be Deepam actually, I'm not sure if it's tonight or tomorrow night in India, where they light the big fire on the Arunachala hill. In North America, in my area, it's going to be that Deepam period when it's both the full moon and the moon in Kritika star for just a very short window of time on tomorrow night. So the significance of the full moon and the moon in Kritika star is that this is the night they light the big fire on Arunachala hill in South India. And I've been there several times when it's that night and been able to watch them light it from a distance. And this is a lighting of fire. This hill symbolizes the fire element of Shiva, the Shi energy of the Namah Shivaya. And when that fire is lit, it's doing very good things for our world and also even beyond, even into other dimensions as well. There was one year where there was going to be rain that night. And that night there was Dr. Pillai, I think he was in the United States, and they saw that the forecast for that week was going to be rain on that night. And he actually flew to India to be there on the ground at Arunachala in the town to keep the rain off of the hill so that they could light the lamp, because he said it would be actually very bad for our world and for other dimensions if that fire did not get lit. So there's something about lighting that fire that's also a purifying fire. The energy of that hill is said to be very, very good for karma removal. And people will pour into that town from all over different parts of India to walk around the hill that night, the night of Deepam. And they also pour, actually, for every full moon, every month that has a full moon, they come to walk around that hill because that's said to help remove karma. And Dr. Pillai has had us walk around that hill a few times. We were able to use an inner path, not the street, but that's closed off now. So now people can only use the street to walk around the hill. But it's a very special night. And it's a night, if you have like a little lamp, you could light a tea light or you could light a ghee lamp. They call them Deepam lamps. And in that valley, people will put out Deepam lamps in front of their house. Even if it's a very poor little hut, there will still be little Deepam lights out in the yard. And it's a night to celebrate the karma removal energies of Shiva and the blessings that are happening for us because that fire is being lit that night. And I believe there are places on the internet where you can watch that live streamed, but you may have to go over to AstroVed to find out exactly when that's happening India time, because I don't know when they light the fire, what time it is our time when they light the fire. I have to go look that up myself. So can we offer ghee if the ghee is outdated? Ghee seems to stay good for a really long time. But if you smell the ghee and you think it's not, suitable, don't offer it. But otherwise, I think ghee, the property of ghee is it stays good for a really long time. Or you could offer just melted, unsalted butter. If you're not sure if your ghee is okay, you could get unsalted butter and offer that as well. Melt that and offer that. That's what ghee is made from, clarified unsalted butter. Okay. Barbara is saying, thank you. Your words are inspirational. Gratitude. Lovely. Really lovely. Yeah, it's a big enough deal that it made Dr. Pillai get on a plane to go stop the rain from happening. So I think we should treasure that we are aware of it and celebrate that this blessing is coming through for our world and for other worlds as well. And we make prayers for everything that we want for our world, for the peace, for the harmony, for the blessings for all the people. It's a good night to pray deeply with that full moon. Kritika is a star of truth, among other things. So it's a good night to speak your really truthful, heartfelt prayers as well. Okay, I need to let you get about your day or your evening. So I'll go ahead and close for that. I see, oh, Linville, you're here. Welcome. I'm happy to see you. That's lovely. Wonderful. Okay, I'll be here again tomorrow. What else did I want to say? I'm doing a free fire lab on Christmas evening, North America time, on December 25th. It'll be on the Pillai Center Practice YouTube channel, which will be at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be on December 26th at 3:30 a.m. UTC, Universal Time Code, and it'll be on December 26th at 9 a.m. India time, IST. So I had mentioned it last week and I didn't have the times in front of me, so I promised I would announce the times for that. So looking forward to that as well. Namaste, everyone. The light in me honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all.